All right, if you're a product marketer, especially on a small team, you know the pain of content chaos. I mean, your best work is scattered across 100 different folders, right? Well, this explainer is all about replacing that chaos with a clean, effective system. A sales enablement hub that you can actually build from scratch. And get this, without buying any new tool.
So here's the core problem. The reason most enablement efforts kind of fall flat, it's because all that critical content is scattered everywhere. It gets stale, and you've got like 5 different versions of the final sales deck floating around. The solution is to create a single source of truth, one central hub that your sales team can actually trust and, really use.
I'm sure this feels painfully familiar to you, that frantic search for a specific customer story, like minutes before a call, or realizing the battle card you just sent out is 6 months old. Look, this isn't a personal failure, it's a systems failure. Folder-based systems are built to store files, not to enable people. So let's go ahead and fix the system.
So let's build the fix. We're going to create a blueprint for your hub. And, the beauty of this whole approach is that it's completely tool agnostic. You can build this in SharePoint, Confluence, Notion, seriously, whatever you already have. The structure is what really matters here, not the software.
The single most important page in your entire hub is the home page. You got to think of it as a launch pad. When a sales rep lands here, it has to immediately answer their one burning question. Where do I go right now to find what I need? No digging, no guessing, just answers.
So what goes on this launch pad? It's actually pretty simple. This slide breaks it down into 3 parts. First up, your quick links. These are the top 3 to 5 things your team needs every single day. We're talking the official sales deck, a link to their pipeline, 0 friction. Second, the navigation lanes. These are the permanent, predictable sections for when they need to do a deeper dive. And third, the modules. These give them timely context, like a marketing calendar or, and this is crucial, a list of the most recent updates to the site.
Okay, to keep this new hub from becoming just another messy folder, you need one simple cardinal rule. And I love how this slide illustrates it. Pages are for truth, PDFs are for collateral. Think about it. Living documents like messaging guides and battle cards, they should always be web pages. That way, they're the single source of truth that you can update anytime. But the things you send to customers, like one-pages or case studies, those should be PDFs. They're static, shareable artifacts. Making this distinction is absolutely key to keeping everything clear.
Okay, let's take this to the next level. A great hub isn't just a well-organized website, it's a living system. We're not just storing information, we're creating a process that keeps that information alive and useful over time. And that is where a little bit of automation comes in.
But here's the crucial point, and it's a lesson a lot of us have learned the hard way. You must have structure first. Because if you automate a mess, you just create a faster, more efficient mess. So get your homepage structure, your content rules, and your file naming conventions locked in before you even think about building a single workflow.
So here's a super pragmatic 3-phase roadmap. Phase 1 is purely manual but systemized. You establish your structure and processes. No new tools needed. Phase 2 is where you start using the tools you probably already have, like Power Automate, to do simple stuff like creating that recent updates reel or sending automated reminders to page owners when it's time for a review. Then Phase 3, well, that's the future. If you've got the licenses, you could have an agent propose edits based on new intel. With a human, that's you giving the final thumbs up. It's a real crawl, walk, run approach. And just a quick note on that, some of these connectors and integrations, especially for Phase 2 and 3, might require premium licensing. It all depends on your company's setup. So just a heads up to check with your IT team before you go too far down that rabbit hole.
Okay, building the hub is one thing. But the real challenge? It's keeping it from becoming a digital ghost town 6 months from now. Adoption and trust are everything. So let's talk about the common pitfalls and, more importantly, how to avoid them.
The first and most common pitfall, the content is just too long. Your sales reps are not going to read a 5-page messaging guide. I mean, let's be real. If the information isn't scannable and immediately useful, it might as well not even exist. Brevity is a feature, my friends.
So the fix is actually pretty simple. Talk to your users. Go to your top sales reps and sales engineers and ask them directly, what's the one sentence on this page that you actually use in a customer conversation? Whatever they say, that's your new headline. Then be ruthless in cutting everything else. Now, the opposite problem is just as dangerous. The content is too thin. If a rep comes to the hub looking for specific technical details or a deeper competitive analysis and can't find it, they'll lose trust. They'll just stop seeing the hub as a reliable resource and go right back to pinging you on Slack. So how do you find that perfect balance? Use data.
Look at the basic analytics for your site. What are the most viewed pages? What are people searching for? And, maybe most importantly, what are they searching for and not finding? That data gives you a clear, objective roadmap for exactly where you need to add more depth.
And finally, the absolute killer of all enablement sites. The content is too stale. This is, without a doubt, the fastest way to lose all credibility. If a salesperson lands on a page with outdated pricing or a competitor battle card from last year, the entire hub instantly becomes untrustworthy. Pages without owners will inevitably run.
The fix here is all about process and ownership. Every single page. It must have a clearly assigned owner. That person is responsible for keeping it current. And this is where the system we built earlier really helps. Your stable navigation lanes create predictability, and those automated review reminders from Phase 2 make sure nothing falls through the cracks.
So, as we wrap this up, let's just distill this entire philosophy down to the 3 pillars that truly make an enablement hub work. If you can get these 3 things right, you are building a system that's built to last. First, quick links. Remember, your homepage is a launchpad. Speed and immediate access to the most critical assets are completely non-negotiable.
Second, clear lanes. This is how you cure folder chaos for good. A predictable structure builds trust and the kind of muscle memory that makes your hub the go-to resource.
And third, trusted updates. This is what turns a one-off project into a living, breathing program. A system for keeping content current ensures your hub remains the single, reliable source of truth.
At the end of the day, a simple, well-structured hub turns enablement from a series of random acts into a reliable system. It makes your content easy to find, easy to trust, and easy to keep current. So the question I'll leave you with is this. Looking at your own world, what's the one chaotic process you could systematize first?